47 million people without health insurance and start doing something about it. You know, I put forward a plan that says anybody who does not have health insurance or needs better health insurance, they will be able to buy into a plan that's as good as the plan I have as a member of Congress. Everybody. You won't be excluded from pre-existing conditions. If you can't afford it, we'll subsidize it. We will make sure that we negotiate for the cheapest available price on drugs. We'll make sure that people have prevention services so that we actually have a health care system instead of a disease care system. So that children aren't going to the emergency room, but they've got a regular checkup. If you have health insurance, we are going to work with your employers to lower your premiums by $2,500 per family per year, because you need help too. You need relief. And we are not going to wait 20 years from now to do this or 10 years from now to do this. We will do this by the end of my first term as President of the United States of America. If you are ready for change, then we're going to restore a sense of economic fairness in America. You know, I believe in capitalism and business and the free market and entrepreneurship, free enterprise. That's what built this country. That's what makes this country great. But when a CEO is making more in 10 minutes than ordinary workers are making an entire year, and the CEO gets a tax break, and the worker gets nothing, and if the company goes bankrupt, the CEO gets a golden parachute, and the worker loses his pension, there is something wrong, and something needs to change. And so we are going to take away tax breaks from companies that ship jobs overseas. And we are going to give those tax breaks to companies that are investing right here in the United States of America. And we're going to roll back those Bush tax cuts for the wealthy. And we're going to give those tax breaks to the middle class and the working class in San Antonio and here in Texas. Give you a break. And we're going to make sure our trade deals have labor standards and environmental standards so that U.S. workers aren't being undermined, and safety standards so we don't have toys with lead paint on them coming into our stores. And I won't just raise the minimum wage every 10 years. We're going to raise the minimum wage to keep pace with inflation, because if you work in this country, you should not be poor. And that will be a goal when I'm President of the United States of America.
He just talked.
If you're ready for change, then we can make sure every child has the best education we have to offer. From the day that child is born till the day that child graduates from college. You know, the problem is not that we don't know what to do. The problem is that we don't feel a sense of urgency about it. We think that if there's some child in the inner city, well, that child, that doesn't look like me. I'm not going to worry about it. If we see some child in Brownsville or San Antonio, some poor neighborhood, well, you know, that child, that looks like a son of immigrants. That's not my problem. See a child in East Texas in some poor school district that doesn't have, you know, updated books or computers, well, you know, that's tough luck. That's their problem. Well, let me tell you something. Every child is our child. Every child is our responsibility. Every child deserves a future in America. And so we're going to invest in early childhood education to make sure every child is prepared when they get to school. Close the achievement gap for Black and Hispanic kids. We're going to, I won't just talk about how great teachers are, I will reward them for their greatness by raising their salaries and giving them more support. And I want to set the highest standards for our children, because our young people, you're going to have to compete with kids in China and in India. And so we've got to improve our math and our science performance. We've got to have high standards. You've got to turn off the TV set, put away the video game. hit the books. We've got to have high standards. You've got to have high standards, but those high standards can't just be measured by a single high-stakes standardized test because we don't want teachers teaching to the test. We want teachers teaching art and music and science and literature and poetry. And I don't know about you, but I think it's about time we made college affordable for every young person in there. So we're going to provide a $4,000 tuition credit every student, every year, to help pay for their college or their community college education. But young people, you're going to have to give something back. You're going to have to work in community service, put some time in a homeless shelter, put some time in a veterans home, join the Peace Corps. We'll invest in you, you invest in America. Together, we'll march forward. We'll take this country into the future.